teacher at a California state prison. I'd spent 11 years before that teaching in St. Francis High School, the best girls' college prep school in Northern California. I said jump, they said how high. They succeeded, I took all the credit. It was a great life. But now, I was in a different place. And initially I thought that I'd be at the board explaining how you can add 7 and 4 and not have to take off your shoes and socks, and some guy sneaks up behind me and shoves a very sharp pencil into my carotid artery, and I sink to the floor in a puddle of my own blood. I hit the garage door opener on my belt, and I hope the cops can waddle their way in, because they're kind of heavy, waddle their way in to save my life. That was the picture I had. And in order to counter that picture, I remember that first day, the memory of it seared in my subconscious. Those guys weren't in their chair 5 minutes before I said, you guys need to know that I have the belt in karate beyond black belt. However, under pain of forfeiture of that belt, I am prohibited from telling you what I had to do to earn it, what I must continue to do to keep it, because you don't just get these things and keep them forever. You gotta do stuff. I can't even tell you the color of the belt. But you need to know this. Any one of you step out of line this much, you're on the floor. Before you see my hands move. Yeah! Well, you need to know that that message that I delivered in those first 5 minutes achieved the purpose for which it was sent forth. And with time, other dimensions of my illustrious karate career were revealed. I remember in a lesson on patriotism, I told my guys, it's not just waving a flag on the 4th of July, because the time comes when you gotta man up. And in fact, I used the example of the letter I received from the Secretary of Defense to come and report, if I so chose to do, to volunteer, for a 6-week period at an undisclosed location. It is still undisclosed, by the way, because of the top secret nature of the missions that are assigned at this location and are performed. 6 weeks to train the karate trainers for the Army Rangers and the Green Berets. It was early 1991. It was during a period that had the military code name Desert Shield, which was the precursor for Desert Storm, where Storm and Norman, some of you too young to have remembered this from your memory because it happened before you were even born. Storm and Norman went in there and took Saddam Hussein out of Kuwait. Well, I was honored to be asked to train these trainers of the Green Berets and the Armored Rangers. And I like to think that in my own little way, I helped the United States military reach success in the pursuit of that mission. And, if truth be told, I received the 10th annual Richard M. Nixon Truth and Patriotism Award at an elaborate ceremony at the White House some years ago. Well, I got a couple of years on the clock now, and I've chopped my last chop. However, as I look forward to my declining years and my retirement, I'm happy to say that I just recently signed a contract with Mattel, who will enter into production of a new action toy I'm happy to call Killer Kunst. But for as long as I'm around, you need to know that you have in your midst, and will continue for as long as I'm here, an alpha male. An Adam Toast.